Hello. Oh Lord. If they only knew the struggles I just went through.
Oh my gosh. This guy.
The oppression.
Oh my God.
Well, Oscar is back, y'all. Oscar is back. We've been missing him. He's not been gone. We've been chatting with him. It's just, he's had to take a little break, but he's back and ready to give us the 1-2 punch. No pun intended, Oscar. If you guys didn't know, Oscar is a boxer, so you don't want those hands.
Nope.
If you guys are tuning in, drop where you're tuning in from, and please, please, please hit that share button for us and get this information out there because the whole world needs to hear it. But the only way we can get it into the eyes and the ears of people is if you guys do your part. What is up? Shelly from Ohio. I love Ohio. Well, I do at least. Suni just ate an entire Big Mac and large fry and a Coke.
No.
I already got rumors streaming all over the internet about me right now. We don't need you adding the Big Macs to it.
That's fake news, Blake. That's fake news.
If you guys were wondering, Suni was in Alaska. She was ice fishing, and that's why she was away from Facebook for such a long time. But I'm glad she's back. She got her Pfizer vaccine, and now we're good and ready to go.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yo, and you muted me. Oh wait,
Oh, wow.
you unmuted me? Yo,
You're
so
transforming.
petty,
You're
but I love you.
transforming into a robot over there as soon as in.
I'm totally just kidding about all of those.
That was all fake news, guys. Don't listen to Blake. He's a liar.
Hi, tuning here into CNN. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. So, Oscar, tell us what's going on. How's life? How is life you're in Mexico again, correct?
Yes, thank you for inviting me to your beautiful platform, guys. It's nice to see you guys again. Blake, as always, handsome as always. Kaylee, thank you so much. And the beautiful Suni, that she's always eating when I'm hungry. That's the problem right here. And if you got the Pfizer vaccine, why you didn't get the most robotic one that is the Johnson & Johnson, man? We need to get that magnet into your shoulder.
Because she's bougie.
Be boozy with shots now. I'm not getting
nice
a shot.
to say hi to you guys. Thank you so much for inviting me to your beautiful, beautiful platform. You guys are growing so much. You guys are young, talented people. So you got a lot of future ahead of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Oscar.
So the topic, when we have Oscar come on, we like to use his expertise to benefit the information here in America. And as you see below, if you guys want to follow Oscar L. Blue, that's how you follow him. Help share, all of that stuff. It's always great to see Oscar, and he gives great current updates that's going on that we don't get to see in our mainstream media. So that's why we bring him on our platform. But the biggest thing and the biggest issue I think that we need to address today, and it's really been laid on Oscar's heart to talk about, and that's child trafficking here in America and across the world, and how the southern border is the perfect avenue to open up endless possibilities for those awful humans that are using children as a pawn in this big scheme that's going on.
Yes, a lot of we've been doing this, exposing this child trafficking and human smuggling for 3 years now, since the caravan started massively doing. And as I have been, traveling through the borders of the states and also, Central America, we have seen, multiple trafficking of children and how they are abused. The adults, how they abuse the children. Not too long ago, 3 months ago, the International Consigliere of Mexico, Marcelo Ebrard, said that adults, for the first time in 3 years, he went openly and said adults are using, minors to achieve the asylum into the United States of America. And you got more than 21,000 right now in custody. You can say custody in detention centers in the United States of America, which is a humongous problem. I don't know if you guys have seen multiple videos at the border. And the most, hurtful video was this last one that it was in El Paso, which a kid is yelling at his mom, and please don't go. Don't leave me here. It was horrible. It was horrendous. So, to see those videos, it just breaks your heart. And it talks about where the responsibility needs to be taken. Mexico's government has been completely irresponsible and is always going to be corrupt and irresponsible. Our government is always going to be the root of a problem. So the United States of America, as strong as it is, needs to take a step down and do something about it. And in 2019, a bill was presented that is called the End Child Trafficking Now Act. It was put by Lance Gooden, that he is a Republican representative, and 8 or more Republicans presented this bill. This bill did not pass or did not move forward. It got, squashed away because COVID came in, and you got the impeachment, and you got all these things that they were attacking Trump. So nobody put attention to that. Although there was multiple fake marriages, multiple fake families, multiple adults using children. Now
Wait,
all this,
Oscar, sorry to interrupt you. So you mean to tell me that we wasted months, even years, probably countless lives to focus on impeaching the president when we could have been focusing our energy on stopping innocent children being trafficked, raped, and killed, is what you're saying.
Yes, basically, yes. And, and the political party of the leftists, I'm not going to say Democrats because this is the leftists, the communist left
Correct.
in the United States of America. That was their whole point. That was their whole objective, to distract, the president from doing his job and protecting the voters and ultimately protecting the children. And for him to focus on a stupid impeachment. I'm sorry for the language, but, for him to be concentrated on this, and for not to be concentrated on the thing that he was working on a long term, that it was building the wall and then border security. So this bill, that is the End Child Trafficking Now Act, it is presented again by in women. My God, man, I got to give props to women. Margie Taylor Greene is the one that is wearing the pants right now. And the whole world is recognizing her. But you got another woman that is pushing this bill back. And a lot of Americans in my life feed have asked, what can we do, Oscar? What can we do? This is what you can do for every United States citizen that is listening. Go to your local representative and ask him about the End Child Trafficking Now Act. That is a bill that requires DHS to deport alien adults if they refuse DNA testing, which Donald Trump wanted to implement, but it's my body, it's my right. Humanitarian rights got in there. And they started saying, no, you're violating the adult's rights. You're violating the child's rights. You cannot do DNA testing. So this bill, what it says, it requires adults to provide DNA testing, and it mandates a 10-year prison sentence for an alien adult who fabricate a family ties or guardianship over a child, that is recycling children. And this bill, it is presented again by the Senator Marsha Blackburn. She is from Tennessee. She has been traveling to the border been traveling to Arizona. She has been traveling all over the borders. She has been calling out Joe Biden, consistently saying, what the hell are you doing with the borders? I am seeing it right here. And he has been exposing it with sheriff. The last visit that I did in Arizona, in Yuma, to be exact, I was talking to a sheriff right there. God bless his heart. His name is Sheriff Wilmot. And as I was talking to him, these old time sheriffs, the Wild Wild West sheriffs, he was like in his late 50s, in great shape. But he was telling me, you know what? I'm a humanitarian, Oscar. But the thing is that it's a difference between being a humanitarian and seeing child trafficking. And the worst case of a kid being recycled, it is registered in Yuma County, where they recycle a child more than 17 times in that particular place. Horrible. So this kind of bills need to be passed, and the United States of America need to push these bills. Now, the crazy thing about this, guys, is that I don't want to blame the left or the Democrats, but for God's sake, this is not about a political party. This is about children's being saved. And you don't see no Democrat in this bill trying to get in there and trying to approve it. You see Matt Gaetz, you see, Marsha Blackburn, you see, on other senators like Tom Tillis, like Johnny Ernst, a lady that also is pushing this. You see all Republicans, but I don't understand where in the hell is the United States right now in conscience in terms to politics, in terms to politicians.
You want me to tell you?
It's scary.
You want me to tell you? It's right now. You're asking why the left won't get on board with this bill. You're asking about the same people who believe that innocent lives in the womb don't matter. So when they come out, why do they matter to them either? So your question is, you only want to empower men, women, all these different things, but they don't give a rat's ass about children. They truly don't. They show their true colors right here. This should be an across the line, a bipartisan thing where we all can agree that no child should be sex trafficked. That should not be a question. And if you think that they should, you do not deserve a seat in our House of Representatives, and you do not deserve a seat in our Senate, period, point blank. And if you cannot stand up, and you American citizens need to reach out, and like Oscar said, to your representatives, because it starts locally. We can start getting these bills passed locally where we stop it in our areas. You think that it doesn't happen? It doesn't just happen at the southern border. Here in Ohio, Toledo, one of the biggest sex trafficking capitals in the entire world, in Ohio, here, right in my back door. Okay? So what are we doing? This should be a every person thing, unless you're sick in the head, clearly. But some people are sick in the head. So I don't know, Oscar. That's why the far left doesn't support this, because they show their true colors. They say they care about children. They want to give us $300, $400 a month, but they really don't genuinely care about the children and their actual
Let's
welfare.
not forget how much money it's putting in their pockets too. This
Bingo.
is $1 billion business.
Yes.
Billions.
You know, and not to interrupt, but the cost right now for human smuggling has gone up from, I remember when I started talking to migrants back in 2018, they were $3,500, $4,000. Right now, the cost to cross is between $8,000 to $10,000. It is just ridiculous. Now, if an adult is using a minor, for traffic or for cheat on a loophole, this is a perfect way to put a lock on this loophole that is open, that you can use a minor between the ages of 9 and 12 to achieve the political asylum. I think that the solution is right here, people. It is up to the American people to start putting an example to the world that this can be done, and that these adults that they're using and abusing children, they need to be punishable. Man, you're getting a good luck with 10 years. Man, I wish that you had 20 to 25 years on using a child to abuse the political asylum. It is just unbelievable how the amount of people that they're fabricating families and they're abusing children and leaving them behind at the desert, leaving them behind at a lake, leaving them behind at a water raft with a coyote. And the coyote is, you don't even know what he wants to do with it. If he wants to traffic it, he wants to organ harvest, if he wants to sell it, if he wants to sell it to a pedophile, if he wants to, whatever, he has the power to do so. And, and this has caused what Joe Biden is doing. Is, as I have, and everybody has said, is incentivizing for these irregularities to happen at the border. But it more entirely is like what just happened in Texas, that Washington gave an order to the Border Patrol to not arrest the smugglers, that they're delivering on a water raft the people on the other side. So what the hell they're doing?
That's
what's
going on. That's what I don't understand, Oscar, is why is it not a bipartisan issue? And
Exactly.
Everybody here, everyone watching, put a heart in the comments if you want to fight to end child sex trafficking. Put a heart in the comments. I guarantee you, all of you will put a heart in the comments. So why, across the board, whether you're Republican, whether you're Democrat, you're American, you're a human, any human should be against this, period, unless you're a pedophile. Like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and the last time that one of our colleagues talked to the Border Patrol, that is Ben Berquam, and he told me he talked to one of the leaders in the Border Patrol in California, and they were saying that the self-esteem and the moral of the Border Patrol is in an all-time low. Imagine you being a Border Patrol agent. You went to several tests. You did all these tests to become a Border Patrol agent to serve your country and protect the border. And you know all the theories and all the things that you have to do to protect the border. And you get to the point that you are an Uber now. You are a processing vehicle. People get in. Hey, you know what? That's Juan over there trafficking people. I cannot do nothing to you, Juan. I'll see you on the next water raft, but you're just processing people. You're just taking them to the detention center, and then you come back, and then you're receiving more people. So these kind of bills that they're trying to pass, only Republicans, for God's sake, this is a shame for Democrats, but only Republicans that they're trying to pass this bill. The American people need to support these kind of bills, because if you pass this bill, somebody is going to get punished. Now, this trafficking with adults and fake families is going to decrease, and it is like a red flag for traffickers. Like, okay, you know what? Making a fake family costs 10 years. It's not that easy. So we have to do this. Now you're making them work. Now it's really easy. It is such a lucrative business right now, the refugee and asylum seeking. It is the most lucrative business in the world. Plus, add to the fact that child trafficking, it is the most lucrative business also in the world. But now you had the most easiest way, that is, yes, you know what? Let me pick my family. Let me just go to water raft cross, and that's it. Open sesame. You know, you got everything. So it's just unbelievable.
And my question is, what is everyone doing? Like, you know, we truly sit here and say, oh, we want to end, you know, child sex trafficking. We want to end sex trafficking in general. But like, what are you really doing? And, you know, I'm guilty of it too. Like, we put so much energy into, you know, Primetime Patriots, and we're trying to, you know, get people motivated and stuff like that. So I'm guilty of it too. I've neglected that, and I really haven't focused much on that. But I think that should be one of our highest priorities. You know, we do everything that we can, but it's hard to face a reality that you don't see every day. So it's hard for us to realize that this really does happen in our neighborhoods in America. You know, how many kids are sex trafficked every year just in America? So we have to bring light to it. We have to bring attention to it, but we also need to bring action to it, because these children, their voices are not as strong as ours. They're children. Although they are powerful, the silence is deafening, because the fact that we have to rise up as a country and rise up and pray that God touches this land, because at the end of the day, we need to fix this problem. And it should be, unless you're evil, unless you're pure evil, you should be on board. So I that's something I challenge and you can unite with your Democrat friends, because this is something we can all agree on. Say, hey, I know you don't agree with me. You don't like Trump. You don't like this. You don't really like politics. But hey, would you mind fighting with me so we can end child sex trafficking? That's something we can all agree on. That's something you don't have to argue about. That's across the board. It needs to stop. So unite with your Democrat friends. Unite with your liberal friends. Unite with people who don't like to talk about politics, because every child's life matters, period.
Yeah. And you know, the problem right here, there's another problem, because if you look how the left is trying to pander to this situation, it is always, why are you trying to do a DNA test to a child or to an adult? Because you're violating his humanitarian rights. So they always pander to the, you know what, you don't know, we need to study why they were suffering, why they came in this way, why they came in that way. No, that is making it normalized. You're normalizing and you're softening the law. That is what happens in Mexico. If you put all those locks and you put all those justifications, you're making the law look weak. So you don't have to do that. Immediately you have to put a bill to put a step into it and put an end to it. There's going to be a DNA testing, sir, and it is going to be done to you, and it's done to the child, and there's going to be a study. And if it comes out negative, there's going to be a question and an interrogatory to you to see if you, why, when, and what made you do this to bring an unaccompanied minor that is not yours. So it is, you know, watch out for that, because they're going to try to use the agenda of the United Nations, the agenda of the, you know, the globalists organizations, the NGOs that they have. For God's sake, they have a lot of power on Joe Biden. These NGOs, man, these activist organizations, they're the ones that they're running the show right now. Because if you don't pander to what they're saying, they will tell you, oh, you know what, you're a fascist, you're a narcissist, you're a racist, you're a xenophobe, you're a homophobe, you're all these bad things, but you're never right. So this is what, you know, you guys need to push this until you get tired of it. Because if you don't push it, it will become normal. It will become normal to traffic a child. It will become normal to see a child on a water raft. It will become normal to see a fake family, a fake matrimony, a fake guy, you know, taking a child. It will become normal. The United States is a country of law and order. It is the only country that is still, you have freedom and law and order. So it is the only country that it needs to rescue this, put the example to the world. It's American citizens. They don't know how much power they got. They got so much power. Our voices in Mexico are silent. We speak out. We get threats by cartels. We get threats by politicians. You know, you get censored. You cannot go out to the store. You get a lot of things. In the United States, no, you have the possibility to doing this. So this is a huge opportunity, Blake, Suni, and Kaylee, for people to push a bill and support Ms. Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee with other Republican representatives that they're pushing this bill. This is important. You know, Ms. Marsha Blackburn, they're criticizing her because she, you know, oh yeah, she did not vote on the 6th of January or whatever it is. This has nothing to do with that.
Nothing.
It has to do with child trafficking.
Take politics out of it.
And leave that alone and concentrate on the main topic that is saving children.
I wholeheartedly agree. And But the thing is, we have to fight this at more than just one front. Yeah, this bill will be great, but that's not the only answer. We have to secure our border so that they can't just aimlessly come over here. We have to ensure that our communities are safe. There's so many avenues to this and it's not just the southern border. Like I said, it's happening right here in my backyard here in Toledo. So we have to make sure that we're pushing for everything that stands up and fights for these children. Period, point blank. Like, that's how I think we are fighting. And especially me and Suni talk about this with election integrity. This is another one. We're fighting more than one front at one time. We have to solve all the issues, but we can't just allocate all of our resources to one area. We have to divide and conquer. But here's the thing. When you have the numbers, you can divide and conquer. That's why we have this community. That's why we have Primetime Patriots, because it's not just me, Suni, Blake. It's Blake, me, Suni, Kaylee, Oscar. It's all of us. It's the community of Primetime Patriots, because our voice matters. Period. These congressmen and women, we don't work for them. They work for us. They're elected officials. Their job is to serve us. Our job is not to serve them. They are to listen to us. Until you guys realize that, I talked about this on my live yesterday. Yes, we love Donald Trump. Yes, we love everything he did, but he told us for the past 4 years, he fought every day so that every American citizen out there had the same energy and love for this country and willing to fight for the country in the way that he was. Because there's 330 million Americans. Donald Trump is just one man. And it's going to take an entire country to rise up and put this country on their backs and carry it to where it needs to go. Because right now, it can't be picked up by us four on this screen. It can't be picked up by 100 people. It's going to take a couple of million of us, probably around 100 million of us, to actually take responsibility and make changes in this country that need to happen.
Absolutely. So I suggest, as always, your points are really well done, Blake. But I suggest, and for the ladies right here, I believe that, there's something else that is going on that is horrible. That is, it's happening right now, and you don't see no mainstream media talking about it. There's a lot of active rape and a lot of active kidnapping and sex trafficking of women in the Canal of Panama, and it is called the Darien Park. That is where the main distribution to sex trafficking, and ultimately the main goal, it is the United States and Canada. It is where it's at. And you have a lot of sex trafficking with minors, but importantly, they're focusing on little girls. So this is why it is really important for people to act on this bill. If you guys haven't seen Michael Young, he is a war reporter. It's phenomenal. Go and Google him. Go and search him. Michael Young, that is his name. He has been in multiple places, Iraq, Afghanistan, and he just recently went to Panama. And he has been with Sarah Carter and did a phenomenal podcast show. When you hear the horrible things that are occurring over there with sex trafficking and all that wave of evilness and lawlessness is coming little by little as a domino effect over here to North America. And it is already here. But people are not acknowledging how the cartel right now and the organized crime, they already have controlled the other side of the border. By Washington saying, you cannot arrest a smuggler, leave them alone. That is humongous, because that is how it started over here in Mexico. The cartel has control of the politicians. They pay the politicians. They pay their quote every month to the politicians. The political parties, their political campaigns are paid by the organized crime, are paid by the cartels. So if that is inevitably now happening on the other side of the border in the United States, watch out. Watch out, because all of this evilness and all of these things that is happening, it is coming really strong right now to the United States. And a lot of it is happening like in McAllen and those parts, those borders that are horrible. My partner Anthony just went there, and it's like the clothing of children, and oh my God, it's just so horrible. So, just people, if you're listening, please push this bill and do something about it. Go to your local GOP, as that's how you say it, local GOP or community. Get active, man. Get active and call your local representative and say, like, hey, you know what? My name is John. I'm just calling to say, I want to support the End Child Trafficking Now Act. How can we do it? How can we get involved? Like, where can I write a letter to approve it?
So what I'm going to do tonight on our Telegram, make sure you're following our Telegram. You can look up Primetime Patriots on Telegram. I'm going to type up a quick little paragraph for all of you guys You can copy, paste, get the emails of your senators and representatives, not only your senators and your representatives, but your state senators and your state reps. There's a difference, and a lot of people don't realize that. So if we get them all involved, and you're emailing your governors, you're emailing all of them. So we'll send out a little thing for you guys so that way you can copy, paste, make it super simple. And if you want to add anything, you're more than welcome to. But that way we all can make it easy to do, and we can get this End Child Trafficking Now Act into play, because we need to fight for these children. That's what this is for. Because if we're not going to fight for them, who will? Who's going to? Nobody. It's our responsibility. And who's going to look back on this and say, hey, I was a part of that movement that stops child sex trafficking in the United States of America? We all can play a part. And it can be anywhere. It could be at any time, you know. And I just saw all those ones in those comments, and I'm going to hold you personally accountable. I want all of you to follow through. Everyone can drop a 1 in the comments, but you got to follow through, because you can sit there and voice that. But you need to make sure you're bringing action with it. We keep talking about that, and, you know, having the wisdom and the knowledge to do that. So we're trying to give you all the tools that we have to give to you guys, so that way we can all be successful, and that way we can play a bigger part than just what we're doing here.
Yes. You know, and well, the most important thing about this is that a lot of people are saying, what are we going to do with all these children? You know, because that is another effect that the United States is not prepared for. Really, it's not. This is your next generation in the borders. You got more than 21,000 kids that they're unaccompanied, that you don't have a parent. So what is the United States going to do with the educational system? What is the United States going to do with the child care, with, you know, the child services? How is it going to grow? And it's going to keep on growing, because Mexico just announced that they're building 17 shelters for children, unaccompanied children, around the whole country. So this is not going to stop. Our globalist communist president of Mexico, it is the main key and the main objective to follow through with this, you know, irregularity of migration with unaccompanied minors. So this bill, you guys don't even know how big it is, because it can put a stop to it. It can put a stop to children migrating through Central America, jungles, seas, deserts, and all that kind of stuff. They can stop doing that, and they can stop, you know, being used as recycled children. That is the most horrible thing, man. I cannot even imagine that child that it was recycled 17 times in Arizona, for God's sake, brother. Holy cow, man. 17 times being recycled. And you know, Sheriff Wilmot was telling us, oh, he knows how to do the system now. He was like, okay, I went in with the adult. Now I know that I'm going to get deported. I know what I got to say. I know what I got, you know, my statements. I know that this is, you know, Juan, he's my dad, supposedly. That's Maria, that's my mom. You know, it's horrible how they're using children. So I believe that this is really, really important. Really important. And I'm going to post it every day until people get tired of it, man. People are going to be like, oh my God, Oscar, again, the Child Trafficking Act. I don't really give a rat's ass, really. And I'm sorry for my language, but really, I will be posting it every day, every freaking day, until people get tired of it, because people were like constantly going on the live feeds. Oh my God, Oscar Blue, what can we do? Oh my God, what can we do? I don't know what to do. This is your responsibility right here. You can do it. So you have the ball is on your court. So you guys have the opportunity to end this, man.
I wholeheartedly agree. So guys, I'm actually working on that right now. I'm going to type up a letter, a little email, a couple of paragraphs for everybody who wants it. It's going to be posted on our Telegram. Me and Kaylee are going to work on, if you guys signed up for our email service, we're going to be sending you out emails within the next week or two in regards to that. So we're going to be using that service more. And so you guys are staying more informed. So we'll be able to send out emails, stuff like this, so that you guys can get connected. So
like, why are you so advanced, man? Why are you so fast forward? Really, you're just, that is just awesome, bro.
Don't let this fool you. I'm running, and Kaylee is like mush. She's the brains. She is the brains. Me and Suni's like, I got the camera, and I'm like, I got this. We all play a little part, but she's the brains. Don't let her. She is the brains of the operation.
Well, there, you guys are awesome, really. Kaylee, congratulations for that. Working up forward to that.
She's the glue.
That's great.
Say that. She's the glue.
I don't want to leave Toonie out of it. So Toonie, thank you for the camera.
It's okay. I'm always left out. It's because I'm black.
Oh my god.
We listen, listen,
right now.
Oscar. We only try to. We tell her she only can talk sometimes because every time she talks on Facebook, she gets kicked off. So we try to tell her. She goes, okay. So listen, when she went ice fishing in Alaska, she made some really horrendous comments on there. She said, "I love America," and they're like, "No," and they dox her every time she talks about good things about America. It's crazy.
I want that as spaghetti, man. I seen that spaghetti, Suni. I see that spaghetti, man. You're just keeping it for yourself. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at
you're
that.
holding now.
That's
You're holding
messed
on
up.
all of us.
Oh
That's
no.
messed up.
No, Suni is the anything you need, I got it kind of girl. She always has our back. So
Yes.
it's nice. We all have
Yes.
our little things. I think I just create anxiety and make everyone worry. So that's what I think I do.
I mean,
Look at Suni. She's like, okay.
I'm chilling, man.
But Oscar, thank you so much for coming on the platform. It's been a pleasure. We love having you. I'm sure you will come join us again. Daily with Kaylee's. Everyone loves that during the lunch break, seeing you and Kaylee up there talking about whatever y'all talk about. It depends on the day. But we appreciate you so much, and all of the Patriots in the comments. If you guys can drop a heart for Oscar to let him know we appreciate all of the intel he gives us and how he as a dual citizen, he can get us information and how we can get it out there to you guys, because I think it truly matters. And Oscar's fighting his battles down there, and we're just fighting our battles up here. And hopefully one day we'll be able to meet in the middle, and then that way the whole country, the whole world can come together. And one day maybe Oscar will be sitting in the living room with all of us just hanging out. When this is all fixed and done and over.
we'll
with.
make him some spaghetti.
Suni,
Oh,
though.
no,
I
I want
nominate her.
Suni, man. I want Suni. I don't
Oscar,
want
can you-
nobody.
Can you tell everybody how they can follow you? I just want to
Yeah.
make sure we get that in before people start dropping off here.
Absolutely. And first and foremost, I want to say, follow Suni and follow Kaylee and follow Blake, please, when they do their live feeds. And follow Primetime Patriots and share the information. You can follow me at Facebook as Oscar Blue, also all the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I have an Instagram now. I'm modern now. So for
Ooh.
everybody- yeah, I'm growing right there. I got like 1,200 followers now, so I'm like
Watch
I'm
out.
growing there. It's a kid's platform, but it's okay. And I got a Telegram, and also you can follow me at Rumble. So all of them as Oscar Blue. Please, people, before I go, thank you for bringing me on your platform. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, guys. You guys are beautiful. End Child Trafficking Now Act bill. Marsha Blackburn, senator from Tennessee. Support that woman. She's the one that is wearing the pants to do this, man. Please, please, people, Google that and start writing a letter. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. And thank you. And peace and love. And always your country first. God bless.
All right. Bye, guys.